Okay, so this is the video tie-in for my TvZ guide. I will be narrating this video from my own first-person view as a Terran player. I will be going over all of my moves and the reasons behind what I'm doing. So, this is the beginning part. I'm a player who's I'm a big stickler about my SCV micro. I'm always trying to put my work with the closest patches whenever convenient and possible. As you can see, this worker is supposed to go to that far patch and I forced this patch. So, let's get going with the game. It's about time to put the first depot, so the game's starting again.
SCV ready.
So first depot's going down. And I'm just continuing my SCV. So let's skip ahead to speed this up a little.
Additional supply depots required.
So I throw my first barracks down. I throw it down in such a position that I can make the reactor without having to lift the barracks. This makes it much easier to multitask your reapers. The 12th SCV goes to make the refinery so you can get the reaper out as soon as possible. And this part of the game's a little bit droll. It's just making SCVs. Now, the moment the refinery finishes, you want to put your SCVs in as soon as possible without any delays so that you come out just a couple precious seconds sooner. It's all about optimizing game. Now the orbital command has started. I see where his overlord came from, sort of, and I think I kind of have a lock on his position, so I rally towards the bottom base with my first Reaper. Now my money's getting towards 400, so I send my next SCV down to my natural, and I drop the low ground command center. With my first Reaper done, I start the second one, and I start another SCV. I then select an SCV and hotkey it to another hotkey in preparation to make supply depot. I control the Reaper, use the hotkey SCV, make the depot. Hotkeys make it a lot easier to make structures with your SCVs because you can't really be bogged to keep going back and forth from base. So now I start another SCV, but as my gas approaches 100, I get ready to make the factory and I start harassing his drones. So I'm harassing his drones, drop the factory, go back to harassing his drones. It's all about the multitasking. He makes a couple Zerglings to harass my Reapers. You want to kite them off of creep where your Reapers are faster. And I get a drone. Any drone you get is nice. You don't have to get any drones at all, really. Reapers supplement your planes nicely for a little bit of early map control. And just, just harassment drone. You don't have to kill them. But getting any drones you can is great. As you approach 400 minerals again, drop your third command center with the hotkey SCV. Keep dropping your mules. So I'm going to go and check his front now. With 2 Reapers, you can start wearing down one of the queens with some micro. It's rather rare that you actually outright kill the queen, but it might make it easier for your Reaper Hellion to do it later. So switch out the factory and the barracks, go on for one last poke. It's almost 5:45, so it's almost time to push back. One last poke, get the queen some more, and then we just go home. So just have 2 Hellions on the way. You have the next orbital coming.
Upgrade complete.
I'm actually a little bit greedy on this map because the ledges make it easier to be safe against speedlings and stuff, because you can kind of circumvent the terrain a little bit. So this is the part where I bring my Reaper and Hellions. I kind of camp them on my ramp in case of Zergling runways. I don't think that happens this game, but it happens quite a lot. And when it does happen, you just run up the ramp, lift one of your depots, and then have the Zerglings attack you in that narrow choke, and you can just roast a bunch of them cost efficiently. So I start the next depot to begin my wall, and then this command center finishes to free up my supply block, and I start another barracks next to this factory so that so I can switch it out immediately. So here comes a couple Zerglings. It's not a huge link for us, just a few. He's just checking out what's going on. There I go, up the ramp. It's safe. And now I'm free to venture out a little bit. Now it's about 7 minutes. This is about the time I start dropping down engineering base. So here comes engineering bay 1 and number 2. I wait for my last 2 Hellions before I move out. I drop the 2 refineries in conjunction with it. As these 2 last Hellions leave the base, I should be dropping a supply depot to finish the wall off completely. Now I'm safe from massive Ling run-bys. switch the factory out with the barracks, make a reactor. Note my supply. For 3cc, this is rather good for 8 minutes. Start denying creep. It has some Zerglings, it's nothing to be afraid of. As long as you're off creep, you can always be cost efficient versus the Zerglings. My SCV's a retard and likes to get stuck on the outside. Fact of this game.
SCV ready.
Around this point, you should be dropping your starport and the rest of your barracks and your last gas. So here comes some more barracks.
This better be
Some maps, like Overgrowth, actually have mineral patches that are closer to your CC in the main base, so sometimes your timings will come sooner for some structures than on other maps. Notably, Expedition Lost and Vonnie Research Station have mineral patches that are quite far away. So my creep denial is a little bit lax in this game. I don't know why the hell that SCV is also winning. He has way too many links. I can abuse them off of creep. He's being an idiot. So just keep threatening the creep spread. With these spawn positions, I can't really push his 4th base, so instead I kind of position myself outside his natural area. Start the armory in preparation for 2-2. Also, I think in this game my my natural saturation for gas is actually flawed. That's a fault of mine.
Additional supply depots required.
Supply drop, miss macro.
SCV ready.
See, I'm a little short on gas because I didn't notice that in the natural my refineries are actually not doing this.
Ready for dust off.
2 medevacs are out.
SCV
It's time for a 10:30 push. So since this is Catalina, I load up, close my base, off we go. Keep producing SCVs. I think at this point I finally
Upgrade
noticed.
complete.
I finally noticed the flaw. It's a little bit too late. I should have enough gas to start 2-2. This is my fault. I start to secure my 3rd base.
Upgrade
This better
complete.
be good.
Add-on.
So now I have 5 barracks, 1 factory, and 1 starport. I can begin seriously producing. He has just Zerglings. Marines and Hellions do very well against just pure Zerglings. So I decide to commit a little bit. I start kiting a little bit. I'm getting really great trades here. I then load up. He loses a lot. I lose very little.
Armed and ready.
So it's about the time that Mutalisks might show up on the field. I start throwing up missile turrets for safety, including at the 3rd base, and I start saturating that too. Around this point is the part where I want to add my 2nd factory and my last 2 barracks. So I'm still being a little bit persistent with these drops, just forcing Zerglings, making him stop droning. I'm starting to float money. This is kind of bad. I need to get my production up. There's my 2nd factory. I need to throw out my last 2 barracks. A lot of these, there's my last 2 barracks. A lot of these minerals are going to supply depots, turrets, so it's actually not that big a deal. His creep spread got out a little bit farther than I would like it to be. So I scanned to clear it up.
Depots required.
SCV ready.
Once again, I need to drop a depot. And now I have a position where I'm passively threatening him in between his natural and his 3rd. And this is the point where you just start parading. 13 minutes to 18 minutes, the mid-game is yours. You just keep pushing the Zerg, keep edging forward, pushing the creep back, and then gaining more positions and more positions until you're in a position where you just kill their hatchery. Terran works very well in entrenched positions, so you want to offensively entrench your troops. Sort of like what I did at the top of this ramp.
We could use some help here.
I wouldn't mind covering my flank there. He tries to engage. So it looks like he'll probably take his position back if I start kiting and splitting my Marines, as you can see here. And while it looks like he's doing okay, this is not very cost efficient for him because Banelings are very expensive units. And so I just keep producing. I put reactors, I have a tech lab, I add my 5th gas.
Armed and ready.
And I'm just aggressive. He thinks he's pushing back, I just push again with more.
SCV ready.
And you can see that you don't even need that much APM. I'm playing rather slowly. I'm not a Terran player by nature, so I'm not the most comfortable with the risk. I play a little bit slow. He doesn't have a lot of Banes this time. They're expensive. I think he spent his gas on those Mutalisks. So the splits here are a little bit lackluster, but he still can't push me back. He doesn't have enough Banelings. I think I have a missed rally on my command center. This is why these SCVs are coming. He tries to take the forward fourth. I deny it. He's probably trying to take that back fourth. It doesn't matter though, because I'm looking to pressure him at the natural and third.
This better be good.
Mineral field depleted.
Gangway, coming through.
At this point, I should have Thors on the way. My Thors should actually be done. I don't play the best this game.
Who wants some?
Just keep pressuring, keep pushing the creep back. Eventually, the big fight. Eventually, he'll have to commit to dislodge me, and him engaging into one of my entrance positions is always going to be good for me. So I'm just edging forward, taking out a couple creep tumors. I can take a fat game.
Add-on complete.
And since it's Catalina, I decided to abuse the ledge
Better
a
be
little bit.
good.
Drop a couple Marines in his main.
You want a piece of me, boy?
You see, what's interesting is he doesn't actually know what's up here. Let's take a look at his vision. He knows I'm up here. He's not sure how much is up here. He has a good amount of creep along this part of the map, but he doesn't know how much I have up here. It could be a huge army for all he knows. I mean, I do have more supply than him, so he's macroing like garbage.
Research.
So I've pushed his creep back even more. Every time I push his creep back, he can't really replace it because I just come out and shoot it. Big Widowmine hit here. A lot of Banelings have been lost. The units lost tab is heavily in my favor, even though it looks like it's been a rather even game. It's like I said, TvZ/ZVT is a big battle of creep. I'm not even pushing creep up here. Tries to get my Marines. I save 2 of them.
Gangway, coming through.
And I saved those with a hot pickup too.
Who wants some?
Mineral field depleted.
I have 2 Thors here. Thors are really great for anking the position. Right here, I think he might be doing the counter-attack, so I close up my wall, and I prepare to engage. Here comes the big engagement. There's lots of splits, kiting. He does have a nice sort of surround of me, so he gets some nice connections. I have a couple reinforcing Marines coming here, they're cleaning things up. Kite, split, kite, split. Take kind of a big hit there, but this was very expensive for him. He should be out of Banelings by now. He has to remake more. He can't quite afford to, but I just have to make Marines, so they're super cheap.
Let's have a blast.
Mineral field depleted.
I'm too dumb to notice that to remember I've closed my wall, causing issues for me.
Armed and ready.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Okay, finally free. So now it's time to end the game. He's been, money-wise, he's been very inefficient trying to dislodge me from this position, and I've been persistent. It was only a couple, like 1.5 minutes that he managed to push me back, and I'm already back with more forces. He doesn't like this. He's trying to replace the creep. I don't let him.
Armed and ready.
Here comes let's just call it a fuckload of Marines and mines coming to take him out. Units tab 46 Marines. He has 28 Banes. A winning position for him would be if he had more along the lines of 60, 70 Banes, then he could, sure, dislodge me and push me all the way back home. I have my 4th coming down, once again, offensively. Nice and forward. Along the path of my parade, easier to defend.
Mineral field depleted.
And once again, he's just trying to bait out mine shots. Doesn't work because his Marines kill Zerglings. Clearing creep, and I load up in the medevacs for safety.
Who wants some?
Or I guess I don't.
Upgrade
Thought I did.
complete.
You want a piece of me, boy? We could
And
use
then
some
he
help.
tries one last time to dislodge me. Does not work. By the way, Widow Mines, if you put them at the top of ramps,
Help here.
they do some great work. He has 33 Banes. Watch these hits. Boom, boom. He's down to 15 Banes. More than half of his Banes taken out by Widow Mines. The game is over. I still have 43 Marines and he has nothing. I have Bio just barreling down. I would have run right up here, taken this out, taken out his main, run over here, and all he'd be left with is me and Angie little 4th. So that's generally what TvZ goes like. You control the map with the early game, you pressure into the mid game, and then you parade push into the mid and sort of late game, and you want the game to be in your hands by the late. This wasn't the best game, but it kind of outlines the major points of the matchup. I do have games where I play more cleanly, but they're usually against terrible opponents or opponents who played something quirky that I couldn't do a 10-minute attack, like roach attacks. I had to alter my plans and whatnot. So I just dug this one up. I hope this helps. I hope this goes in well with the guide I've written, and best of luck to you guys.